Who is Gemma Mottern? Well, that's me. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. For those of you who don't know me, I've been in real estate since 2016, been a licensed agent since then. I have multiple licenses. I work in Tennessee primarily, also in Virginia, and in North Carolina. I grew up in North Carolina, close to the Appalachian Trail, Road Mountain area, and I spent a lot of time in Johnson City, Tennessee. We had a lot of family there. Attended East Tennessee State University there, and go Bucks. And that's kind of where I grew up, you know, back and forth between the places. We had some ties to Virginia, so I spent some time there as well. What got me started in real estate was kind of an accident. Never did I plan this career. I was on a trajectory to be a medical professional. I'd been a paramedic and firefighter for 20 years and loved those jobs, loved being that helper person. And it paid money too, so that was great. But I was on pre-med track and we had some family circumstances change, so I graduated and had different things in mind. I have a psychology degree, studied a lot of behavioral neuroscience, but anyway, wound up applying for a bunch of jobs on Monster, and sales associate sounded interesting. I thought, I love HGTV. I could talk about granite countertops and, you know, I can do that. Found out that has so much not to do with real estate, and actually went through the class and got licensed and found out I kind of like this stuff. And it's a totally different way. In fact, I think it's one of the better ways I've ever been able to help people. Love real estate, love helping people. So one of my favorite memories as an agent, I had a young man approach me, and he'd been renting a house for 10 or 15 years, and he wanted to buy the house. And his landlord wanted to sell him the house, but she knew he was a single dad raising 3 kids, working round the clock, and she knew if he got a traditional mortgage that it wouldn't work for him and he would not be able to do things because that house needed some repairs. She was an older lady, and she said, I can't do that, you know. So we sat down at the kitchen table at her house. They had already talked about terms. We put it all together in a contract, and he was able to purchase that house. She actually did owner financing for him. And it's just such a beautiful thing to watch that family, the changes they've had since they actually have home ownership. His boys did much better in school. One of them is in college right now. And it's just phenomenal to see the changes that have happened to those people. So that's one of my favorite memories as an agent. One of the things that happens in my market area that is my absolute favorite, and this has to do with the state that I work in, which you've probably never heard of it. Maybe you have if you're a history buff, but I work primarily in the state of Franklin. That's what I said, the state of Franklin. So that region of Northeast Tennessee, think Revolutionary War times. They wanted to do their own thing and be their own people. And there's so much history here, but they actually formed the state of Franklin. And then they found out that couldn't quite work, and it's really hard to defend that big of a border. And they're now the state of Tennessee. They had tried to get away from that, but state of Franklin. But every year in the month of June, they do an outdoor drama, and it's called Liberty. If you've never been, my goodness, you need to go. It's, I believe it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. I go every year. And it tells the story of Fort Watauga and relationships with the Cherokee Indians. But the crux of the whole thing is the Over the Mountain Man Victory March. and the people from Fort Watauga sent their militia across what is now the Appalachian Trail, and there was a lady named Mary Patton. She played a huge role in making the black powder for them to be able to take to the Battle of Kings Mountain. They hiked up to Road Mountain, which is where I live, and they went across the mountain, but they discovered that night when they were on the Appalachian Trail, they talked about battle strategy. And the next morning, they were missing 2 people from their party. So they found out we actually have spies in the group, so we're gonna have to change our battle strategy. So they brilliantly hiked more of the Appalachian Trail now, but they went across and they said, we're gonna divide the forces because we have got to get to Kings Mountain and beat the British there. So they divided the forces in case the spies told their plan, so at least half of them could get to Kings Mountain. So they went on, they got to Kings Mountain, they got the high ground, and we have an American flag and not a British flag today. So a lot of that had to do with those people there. So I love Liberty because it tells that amazing story. We've got tons of history in Western North Carolina, Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia. So I love that. One of the things you probably don't know about me, some of you do, most of you don't, I grew up on a farm, and we had cattle and we did produce and all kinds of things like that. But I have my own farm. I have a 97-acre farm in Road Mountain, Tennessee, and I raise grass-fed beef. And I say I have a lot of cows and chaos, but that's something, that's my heart. I love that. And I'm tucked right up under the mountain, 3,700 feet elevation, so it's usually not too hot here. But that's something that's another big interest that I have, and enjoy that very much. But I thought I'd tell you a little bit about me for those of you that don't know, and if I sound like somebody you'd like to work with or learn more about, maybe be your agent, I'm happy to do so. So reach out to me, call or text me, and let's get to know each other a little better. So I'm Gemma Mottern, and I'll talk to you soon, and have a good day. Hey, it's Gemma Mottern, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you'll never see me again. I consistently put out helpful content for those who are currently in the real estate market. This information can be extremely helpful for your buying and selling needs, so be sure you like and subscribe here. And most importantly, leave a comment and let us know if this video was helpful for you. We are here to help in the Johnson City community, and we always love your thoughts and questions. Follow now, and we'll see you on our next helpful video.